I don't know. I like to think I'm kind of an intelligent dude, but I also like to think I'm an attractive dude. And then I've seen, yeah, never mind. I won't even finish that thought.
My name is John McClain. I was born and raised in Sin City, Las Vegas, and I'm a competition speed shooter, multi-gunner, subtle dresser, and graceful goofball. Now, I'm starting a new adventure, learning how to hunt. Come along with me as I get help from my family and friends and learn what it means to be an outdoorsman. And I'm gonna need all the help I can get. This is Fancy Pants Shooter Outdoors.
Hey everybody, John McClain with FPS Outdoors here. Thanks for tuning in. Apologize for not posting a lot of videos. There hasn't been much hunting going on, and if I'm not hunting, then I can't show you all the mistakes that I'm making in hunting. So hence why there's a lack of content. However, I do have something kind of cool here. This is a Rhino 50 pop-up blind that we just got from Walmart for $9. So I wanted to see, $9, is it still worth it, or should I wait until it's free? So let's find out. Let's get it popped open and we'll kind of look at it real quick. So it comes in a little bag that you can pack it in with two straps that you can use to carry it in as a backpack, I guess. Open it up, pull it out. And let's see how easy it is. I haven't read the instructions, so let's see. Does it just kind of do its own thing? Well, what do you know? The pop-up blind pops up on its own. And then it falls over. Let's see. So obviously I think probably needs some time to get out of the packaging, but oh, well, there you go. It's kind of standing up on its own. All right, I don't know, let's take a look around. I can say the fabric actually is a little bit thicker than I thought it would be, but it's obviously not canvas, so it's fairly thin. I've got like one window here. That's gonna be the door. We'll show that in a second. One window there, a window here, and a window here. Now you can kind of see, based on my size, I'm 6 feet tall. I don't know if you can see, let's find out. All right, so I'm a little tight on space here, but as you can see, I got one window, two windows, three windows, and the doors on the back. I am 6 feet tall. So that shows the height of this Rhino 50. Let's throw some sort of chair in there, and I'm not gonna do a big chair. I think I'm just actually gonna do like a stool or something like that, and we'll see what it actually looks like when I'm in here.
So here we have my girlfriend Kelly sitting inside the one-person blind, the Rhino 50, on a Lowe's bucket. Now, it's actually not fully extended, but for that setup, it's perfect. She can see outside all the windows. She doesn't have to slouch over or anything like that, so she can do a prolonged sit. Once we get the firearm in there, things get a little bit tighter. You can see that you've got to really push the barrel of the gun out of the windows in order to get the gun shouldered and into a firing position. So I would highly suggest that you get this thing set up and you actually test it with your gear so you can kind of learn the dimensions of the blind and your gear. Last thing you need is something to be within shooting range and you spook it because you hit the wall with your barrel or the buttstock or something. You know, you don't want to shake the whole blind just due to the fact that you didn't realize, oh my gosh, like the gun's longer or it needs to fit this way or anything like that. You also see here that I actually don't have it fully extended. There's tent spikes in the bag that you can spike down the bottom loops there to give yourself a little bit more real estate.
Okay, now, real question is for the big guy. Okay. Kind of seems like your ideal thing is to have the buttstock of the gun in one of these corners just due to the fact that if there's something to your left, now you would grab the gun, poke the barrel out the window, get set up. If it's to the front, same thing, you just bring it straight up. And then you're gonna have one window where it's gonna be a little bit awkward, but then again, this is my offside. Like, I'm a right-handed shooter, so the gun shoulders on my right hand, the right window is gonna kind of be my offside. And obviously, however you get set up based on where you know turkeys are coming from. But if something were to come this way, then I guess the reality is just you're gonna have to shift anyway to get into a comfortable shooting position, and then you just poke the barrel out the top and then get set up. So obviously limited space, but not terrible. Now, my next question is, could I do it with my bow? Okay, so we talked about how I would spread that out, and it drops it a little bit lower there. So I guess that kind of makes it somewhat customizable for the height. Now, the next question was whether or not I could do anything in here with my bow. And I think the easiest answer is going to be probably not very successfully. I mean, to get it out the window is one thing. To get full extension for the draw is another thing. And then to get comfortable enough to actually take the shot, I don't think that's going to be doable in this. So if you're going to be bow shooting, I'd probably suggest a 2 or 3 person blind, not a single, or at least not this $9 single from Walmart. That's going to make for quite an interesting attempt. So we've seen how to set it up. We've seen what it looks like when a 6-foot person, and then when like a 5'6" person is sitting in there on a bucket. Now let's see if I know how to take it down and how easy that is, or complicated. Or if it's not possible, then I'm just gonna drag it out like that. Okay, so far, looked in the bag, looked in the front bag where the tent spikes are, and of course you've got a thing about registering your blind for the warranty, which I will do. I mean, I know it was $9, but still. I don't see any instructions on how to tear this thing down. And I don't necessarily see any instructions on the inside about how to tear this thing down. So I'm going to do some research and see if I can find a video on how to tear this thing down, and then I'll show you what the video I found shows how to. I'm going to act like I know what I'm doing. Okay, so I've watched the video, and I think I can kind of sort of do this on demand on camera, so let's find out. I got the front window to my left and the door to the right. Basically, you want the long side of it broadsided to you or something. I don't know if that makes sense. Either way, front window to the left, door to the right. You're basically going to take your hands and pinch the two halves together so they fit nice and snug together. Things are popping out. They say that's okay. We'll find out. Basically, you're going to lay it flat, lay the bottom of it flat. You're going to hold on to the top at like 10 and 2 is what they suggest, and basically you're going to kind of fold it in half. So the idea is to bring the top of the pop-up to the middle of the bottom. Okay. From here, you're going to rotate your hands so your thumbs are on the bottom side and your fingers are on the top. And you're going to kind of do this fold in and putting pressure on the webbing between your thumb and your forefinger to rotate it inward. And that's going to start the curl up motion. From here, it's literally just kind of squeezing things together to make the general circular shape. Once you're in this position, you can pretty much just kind of shimmy and shake it into the correct shape, right? And then from here, just grab your bag, get the pop-up started. And there you go. So it's not the easiest, but it's not terrible. If I can figure it out, then majority of you should. I don't know. I like to think I'm kind of an intelligent dude, but I also like to think I'm an attractive dude. And then I've seen, yeah, never mind. I won't even finish that thought. Okay, so my thoughts on the Rhino 50 $9 blind from Walmart. I think for the money, it's going to be worth it to try. Whether or not we're going to have successful results will be the end game. So once spring turkey comes around, this is going to be something that I think Kelly and I are planning on. We got 2 of them. So I think we're going to open them up and kind of plan on having them back to back. And then that way she'll be able to cover one side of the field, I'll be able to cover the other half, and we can still be within close proximity. But that'll be the ultimate test for him. And then after that, we'll try it for deer season. And ultimately, we're gonna see how long these things are gonna last in the field once we start talking about sticks and brushes and twigs and thorns and human error, because I can be clumsy at times. So, yeah, that's the Rhino 50 single person blind for $9 from Walmart.